We're going to meet somebody right now who is going to change the way you think about treatment of animals. And she's written a book, Jana has, called A Rare Breed of Love, and she and Baby joins us now.
She's even upstaging President-elect Barack Obama.
Baby has legislation named after her that's been introduced in Congress aimed at puppy mills.
They stuck a scissors down Baby's throat and they cut out her vocal cords, so they wouldn't have to be annoyed listening to the dogs barking.
And lost her leg from being caged and constantly bred. But the poodle's become a star with her own book and her own theme song. We've got a rare breed of love. She had her own bus tour, did talk shows, posed with celebs ranging from Jane Fonda to Patti LaBelle.
The message is telling people about puppy mills, but also to adopt or rescue and stop buying dogs from pet stores and breeders. Because, you know, we are euthanizing 5 million pets a year at a cost of $2 billion to taxpayers to round up, shelter, and euthanize those animals.
This is Today in LA.
3 years before his election, then-Senator Barack Obama wrote, "I recently learned of the cruel practices of puppy mills when I met a survivor of a puppy mill. Baby, a lovely and kind dog, lost a leg and had her vocal cords severed during her experience at a puppy mill." After being elected president, Barack Obama said his preference for a pet would be a shelter dog.
Obviously, a lot of shelter dogs are mutts like me.
No mutt. Instead, a gift of a purebred Portuguese water dog.
We were beyond shocked. We were absolutely devastated. This was a simple promise for the president to fulfill. There's lots of promises that President Obama made that are probably going to be hard for him to keep. This was a no-brainer.
In Beverly Hills, writer and psychologist Jana Kohl has chronicled Baby's story and the plight of unwanted animals. Oh, what an Obama adoption could have achieved, she believes, to highlight animal cruelty issues.
The Obama-Biden administration has done more to set back the adoption and anti-puppy mill movement than any other administration in history. And how ironic is that?
The Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals is joining together with animal rights organizations from across the country, unveiling a campaign, they say, for the president to keep his promise. BoNeedsAFriend.com.
We're asking Americans to send an old-fashioned U.S. postal letter to the White House, to the President and Mrs. Obama, urging them to adopt a playmate for Bo. And the reasons why. Because they'll help empty the shelters, they'll help reduce the euthanasia rate, and they'll help stop cruel puppy mills.
Simon Cowell said on record that if the Obamas adopt a sheltered dog, that he will donate the dog food for the rest of the dog's life.
What time is it? Baby, are you ready? Ready to go to work upstairs?
Who got Mommy up very early to go tinkle on the rug? Whee!
What we're doing today is all about foie gras, force feeding of ducks and geese. They ram metal pipes down their throats 3 times a day with cornmeal, some kind of meal, to enlarge their liver. As you can see, it is absolutely barbaric, gruesome. I don't know who on earth thinks these things up. What sick bastards think up these things. So Chicago, today, Monday, December 12th, 2 days away from the vote in Chicago, we have a huge opportunity here to make history. Fantastic. Animal abuse is tough to swallow, but the Chicago City Council can help stop it. Getting ready to fax Psy.D daily, the alderman of my ward. She's a big liar and a big phony. Hi, I'm calling about the foie gras bill. I want to saw the ad in the Tribune today. I want to find out how the alderman is voting. And if the vote's on Wednesday, how could she not know how she's voting it? Well, who in the office does know? Sure. You know what? Politicians, the worst. Weasels, liars, manipulators. Let me illustrate. At a Christmas party recently, 2 weeks after a contingency of her residents who live in her ward went to visit her, have a meeting with her on foie gras, spent a long time showing her these gruesome photographs, and urged her to do the humane thing and to vote to ban it. 2 weeks later, someone walked up to her and asked her about the foie gras bill, and she said she didn't know anything about it. That's a politician. Yeah. Good. Okay. Well, why don't we just come to her office? We could just wait there and find out, since that might be more convenient for her. How would that be?
I want to congratulate the Chicago City Council for really making history today, sending a clear and strong message that we will not tolerate cruelty of any kind. And this is a very proud day for the city of Chicago. Thank you very much.
We're going to do it. We're going to take it to the rest of the country, New York and Philadelphia, hopefully next.
And I know that you represent millions who stand behind you across the country who have said enough. In our country, we cannot abide this kind of legalized torture. It's a blight on our humanity. It's a blight on our country. And we're here to demand that members of Congress on both sides of the aisle take a strong stand and shut these places down.
It might sound counterintuitive, but politicians really aren't leaders, they're followers. They follow what their constituents want them to do. When I'm in meetings with senators or congressmen, they always have a staffer or two in the office. And they turn to the staffer during the meeting and they say, what do our people back home want us to do? The staffer tells them whatever popular opinion is, and that's the way they're going to vote. They want to get reelected. So you have all the power. We have all the power. We truly do. We have the power to change laws, to reelect people, or to boot them out of office if they're not doing the right thing. And a really diverse group of people, because I really felt that was the best way to get this message out there. You know, By the way, and I mentioned this in the book. I don't know, this is a selling point for people who are not. Rescue dogs' toes smell like fresh hot popcorn. They really do. I swear they really do. I don't know why it is. I just think it's some karmic, lure.
Hi, Baby and I are here at Animal Acres in California, visiting our friend Lori Bouston, who started this amazing sanctuary. These animals have all been abused, just like baby and dogs at puppy mills. They're farm animals, though. So let's go see who's here. Mr. Root Juicer. Oh, it's going to be a happy Thanksgiving for these turkeys. And think about all the millions and millions of other turkeys crammed into these warehouses.
Wait, these guys literally came in a half hour ago. Look at how thin they are. Mothers, if they give birth at a stockyard, will be often sold, and the babies this big are just worth nothing.
Well, I'd always heard that pigs were even smarter than dogs, and people don't realize that. Why do you have to hold it this close, like this? Why?
Because for some reason, they seem to think it's like a nipple. Yeah.
Okay.
Like the skin.
Hi, baby. You finished?
All these babies were rescued.
These animals were just seized just 2 days ago from a California slaughterhouse. They were living knee-high in filth. We took off pounds of urine-soaked wool, manure-soaked.
So they were going to be slaughtered for food.
Exactly.
It's clear that they have sensory perceptions that we don't have, or that are more heightened than ours, whether it's sense of smell or being able to feel vibrations in the ground that we can't feel, being able to sense electromagnetic changes in the atmosphere that predict storms. So it's clear that we have so much to learn from them.
You're my heroes for entertaining this ordinance. I'm a nationally recognized expert on animal cruelty. I'm the author of a book which I believe you may be familiar with, and I brought a copy not to sell it. I donate all of my proceeds to help end animal cruelty. I am the adopter of a puppy mill survivor whose leg had to be amputated after her rescue due to severe osteoporosis that results from being confined for life in a small wire cage, never getting to exercise, and also having to nurse puppies every heat cycle, which leaches calcium from their bones. Over the past 15 years of my researching animal cruelty, including circuses and rodeos, and I'm thrilled that those are also on the agenda. It's been my very sad revelation that the AVMA, the American Veterinary Medical Association, is typically not behind animal welfare measures. Individual states and local communities that have banned such cruel things as veal crates or battery crates or gestation crates, the AVMA veterinary groups have not come out in favor of those bans. And so it was a sad revelation to me. There are wonderful vets out there who I know professionally and I have relationships with, but there are sadly too many who have a vested interest in maintaining the status quo and don't want you to interfere with the way they do practice. And also in terms of businesses suggesting that they will lose business, many of us regard it as just the opposite. When there's a compassionate, humane community, businesses tend to want to gravitate there. Individuals tend to want to live there. I myself, after being here today, want to buy property here because I'm so impressed with the humanity and compassion that I hear today and that I see before me. This is the kind of community I would want to live in. Good attracts good and creates profit. It's a win-win.
Do you know what a puppy mill is?
Tasty.